You're in the kitchen!
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of The Drop, the best podcast in pickleball. I'm going to make Dylan say hi now.
Hello everybody, what's up podcast people, fans of The Drop, thanks for tuning in.
Okay, we're going to have to work a little bit. But yeah, we had a really big weekend in Daytona. Unfortunately, neither Dylan... Oh, you did make the medal stand.
No, not quite. Oh yes,
Didn't you
third, yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. But neither of us made it other than that one. But Dylan's a stud. Obviously better than me. But...
So that's 1-0 for me.
Oh my god, if we're going to keep it running, I feel like I would be... It'd be close. You have a lot of... Yeah, it'd be close. Anyways, but before we get into everything that was going on this weekend, I just want to ask Dylan a little bit about, how he has occupied himself in the last 12 hours.
Yeah, the last 12 hours I've been doing a little bit of schoolwork. I played some mini golf with my dad. He was in town watching the Daytona tournament, and watched a movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, last night.
Oh,
and
that's what you did.
That's what we did.
Oh my god. So for everyone, so yesterday, James and I were going to play pickle with a couple people, and something didn't fall through, and so then we called Dylan and Jade asking if they would play. And Jade said that him and Dylan were occupied with some rather illicit activities, and I of course fell for it, and literally right before we started recording, Dylan told me that he was lying.
Yeah, I like to test the limits of Anna's gullibility, because it's pretty high, honestly. Like, I can get away with pretty much saying anything to her. So so J-Dub was on the phone with James, and Anna and James asked what J-Dub was doing last evening, and I told J-Dub to tell him that we were going clubbing.
You told J-Dub to say that.
I told J-Dub.
You told J-Dub
I was
to
there
say
for
that.
the whole thing. And so he said that Anna and James, of course, didn't believe him, because J-Dub clubbing, like, no, that's not going to happen. But anyway, so today Anna didn't know that I was part of that conversation, or at least near JW when that was all going down. So she asked me what we did last night, and when my story was the same as J-Dub's, then she was like more inclined to believe the story of us going clubbing, and she fell for it as usual. I wasn't surprised.
James told me there was no way, and there was no way that yesterday I asked Jada, because I'm like, when are you going? He says, I don't know, from like 7:30 to 10:30. And yeah. I was like, there's no way. But then today Dylan was backing it up, and then I kind of decided I believed him, and he only just told me that I was fooled yet again. Yeah. He also tricked me into telling him who Memes of Pickleball was.
Yeah.
Just like 10 minutes ago.
All I had to say was, hey, by the way, found out who Memes of Pickleball was, and I was like, oh yeah, and then said the name, so wasn't too difficult.
No, it's really easy with me. It's really, really easy. But yeah, so no one messed with me, because that one was good.
That was good.
That was
perfect timing.
That was a really good clap. All right, so let's get his weekend, Dell. First, got to talk about Colin Chick.
Yeah,
What was your take?
The kid is good. He kind of came out of nowhere. I certainly didn't know of him before this tournament. I think that was the case for a lot of people. I talked to a few people that had seen him play a tournament or maybe two before this one, but first time I had seen him, he plays the qualifiers and he grinds through that. I think he even, I heard, dropped a couple games in the qualifiers to some players there, but makes it through his first 2 rounds, plays Julian Arnold in the quarterfinal, drops first game, but then wins the next 2 pretty handily. I know the conditions were a little tough out there, but for both players. And then I played him in the semifinal match, thinking that I was going to play Julian because I didn't know this Colin guy, but of course he made it through. And then we had a three game match, and I was up 6-4 at the switch, but then he came back and went on a little bit of a run to end the game to make the final. But he's good. He's really fast. His serve is not a weapon yet, so there's a lot of things that he can improve upon, which is only going to make him better moving forward and a little dangerous. And I think he's playing the Austin tournament this next week, and so I'll be curious to see how he does.
Does he get through his first 2 rounds? Christian Alshon first round, who we all know the only thing better than his pickleball ability is not his biceps, but probably his walk.
He's gonna have to go through the vlogger first round.
Yeah, the vlogger first round. Christian is probably so tight. This is not like playing Ben or Tyson, where he can be like me versus best player in the world. It's like me versus Colin Schick. It could be like me versus PPA finalist, or I don't know.
Or me versus new pickleball prodigy Colin Schick. Like
maybe I don't know what the clickbait is.
Number one prospect of pickleball.
Oh no, but he's the number one prospect of pickleball.
Number 2 prospect in pickleball versus number 1 prospect in pickleball.
Yeah, and you make your choices. Who wins?
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna say Colin wins.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Then Colin plays the Johnson twins are playing. So then does Colin beat Hunter Johnson?
And that one, I'm gonna say no. So I don't think Colin will make it through his first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Whether or not he wins the first round, I think could go either way. But to beat Christian and then Hunter is just a very difficult task for any player, really. So no, I don't think he makes it through his first 2 rounds, but he definitely has the ability to if he plays well.
Yeah, Hunter is super legit. I think Hunter's a lot better than Yates. I think a lot of people think that. Why do you think that is?
I think just results. In terms of results, Hunter has, I think, outperformed Yates.
In terms of results, but why is Hunter better than Yates? What do you think?
Well,
what is it?
I don't know.
Why does he have the X factor?
I don't know. I think I think consistency. I think there's just a difference in
but
consistency between them. But it's funny because it's
nature nurture.
Yeah. It's funny because when they like, I know a while ago when they had an interview, I think it was Hunter was giving an interview, and he said that he and Yates were exactly equal in terms of pickleball level. Like there was no difference between them. Like whatever one could do, the other one can do. But so far Hunter has had slightly better results than Yates.
I will say, I think the only person who I've seen go to the two-handed forehand more than Yates Johnson is Mary Brasha.
Yeah, she does do that, doesn't she?
She does, but Yates really does that too.
Yeah.
Whenever I've played like mixed or played against the guy, lots of two-handed forehands, and it's like such a joy to get him to do it every time. I had a phase of hitting two-handed forehands, though that was bad, but yeah, I was playing Rec on Thursday at the same time you were playing Colin, and I heard that you lost, and I was like, no, Dylan.
You wanted me to win?
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like sad. I was like, I feel bad for you. I'm
sorry.
Yeah.
I definitely felt like it was almost on a silver platter. I didn't go in there underestimating or taking it for granted by any means, but I was like, man, if I could have played Colin Schick or Julian Arnold before, I mean, I didn't know Colin, but I would have definitely chosen to play Colin in the semifinal. But turns out he's a stud, so didn't quite make it to the final, but there's always next time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a YOLA girl through and through, right? Like I've got best paddle in the game right here, but how does Selkirk have already found Colin Schick? They've already got him. Can you imagine being an unsigned, not even an unsigned pro, even like a 5-0, and Selkirk hasn't reached out to you? It's like,
yeah,
they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Like if you're not wearing a Selkirk shirt, it's like, you suck.
Yeah.
You're so bad because they are everywhere. I don't even know how they have money because I don't even know if they sell paddles. They just... Yeah,
no, they've signed anyone and everyone. The memes going around about it too are good. Yeah. Like Rihanna in the halftime Super Bowl show wearing red, and then I think it was memes of pickleball said like Selkirk just signed Rihanna.
Yeah, it's like insane. Like they're gonna have like a dog soon or something. Yeah, Colin, we'll see what he does in Austin. I'm excited. He's also playing doubles. I don't remember with who, but I saw him in the doubles draw.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Someone funny, like I don't know if it was Ryan Sherry, but it was something like kind of similar. We'll see. He also took a game off Ben, proceeded to get killed, but I heard that he also went to and from North Carolina because he's like a medical student.
Yeah.
So it's like super legit. Like I personally was very happy that Colin won the first game because I was supposed to play warm-up points with Jade and Lacey before their women's final, and I was running like 20 minutes late, and I'm like on my phone as I'm pulling in. I'm like, please don't let Ben be up like 8-0. and I saw Colin was up, and he won the first game. I was like, yes, this is going through. Like, Ben isn't losing in 2.
Yeah.
I have time. I'm not late. It's not going to be my fault that like Lacey and Jade have a slow start. So thank you, Colin. You helped me personally.
How do you think that would have reflected on pickleball had Colin come in and beat Ben Johns? Just won the whole thing outright.
How would it have reflected on pickleball?
Not good, right? Like some random guy, some college tennis player can come in,
not great.
go through the qualifiers, and then win the whole tournament in singles?
Yeah, like not great, but I don't really think it's like that. I don't know if inaccurate is the right word, but it's like in singles, if you just tree and ball out,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, and if you're like a freak athlete, I feel like in men's pickleball you have more like actually elite caliber athletes. I think a lot of women's pickleball, you don't even have like the best athletes playing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I mean, what Colin did is like way harder than what I did, but when I played Punta Gorda, it was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think just singles in general too is easier for someone to come in and shake things up. Like if someone did that in doubles, that would have been an even more impressive feat.
Especially in men's doubles, like come
Yeah.
on, like that's.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you guys as like the top 3 teams is like there's a little bit of separation. Like maybe not too much. You know, you've got like Tyson and James. You're like Julian.
You're in the
Julian
kitchen.
Thomas.
Yeah.
And then you know you've got like others. Now they're mixing and matching little like Rafa, DJ.
Yep. Jay and Andre played. They were good.
Jay,
Yeah.
like you've got more teams that are like below, but there's still some separation. Whereas I think women's is like Anna Lee and partner, and then it's pretty close.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think for Anna Lee, me or Catherine?
Yeah. I think you though, like we were talking about this before the podcast started, like Anna and Catherine are kind of battling it out right now to see who's going to be Annalee's partner down the stretch of this year, last 6 months, and
maybe she may just decide to keep kind of flip-flopping.
or she might just keep
might just do
alternating.
that.
But we were looking at the stats and I was asking Anna like
Looking at the
how many
stats.
how many games have you and AL dropped? How many games has Catherine and AL dropped? And it was even 2 and 2, right?
I
and
think so, yeah, because we dropped 2 at Legacy at the Grand Slam, and then I think her and Catherine dropped a couple in the Orlando PPAs in December, and then I know they dropped at least 1 against Leia and Elise.
But the big
I think
separator,
Marriott.
the separator, the one difference there was the number of games that were won last year against Annalee by Catherine and Anna. And Anna was a little bit ahead in that department. She's got 7 games off Annalee last year.
This is so like pathetic to be like, I beat her 1 time, but I won 7 games. It's so pathetic. But yeah, that's also a factor in her decision. Of course, is who's she going to win the most with, and then it's like, who is more of a threat. So we'll see. I mean, the one time I played against Annalee in doubles this year, like me and Vivian got absolutely rocked. So I don't know.
That was the first time you and Vivid played.
It was the first time me and Viv played, and I was not playing my best that day. Just kind of
Yeah.
a little. I don't know. I just had a lot on my mind that day. I feel like that's happened to me more this year than last. And it's not even like I've been playing pickleball that long, but it's like I just feel like I haven't felt as focused. Like there's been a couple of days when I feel just a little less locked in than is normal for me.
And do you think something that plays into that is just how many tournaments we're playing?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
It's like I played a little bit of pickleball yesterday, and I actually got asked by like Annalee to practice it because we're playing in Austin together just this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her like honestly, like I'm sorry, I don't want to play. Like I just feel
it's a lot. It's
feel
a lot.
a little like burned out is too strong of a word, but I'm just not eager to like jump out on the court right now.
Yeah. It's the pickle grind for you.
I think so. And I don't even play singles anymore, really, so. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a long year. A lot of tournaments. Not like, like you might have to play every tournament, but it's kind of like, I like playing. I like competing, but I don't know. Yeah. All right, we got to talk about Catherine's stellar weekend. I have been really impressed with her. I mean, everyone has been, right? It's obvious. But also, I thought when she got drafted 3rd as the 3rd female, like I think she was drafted right after me, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was the 5th pick for the Mad Drops. Everyone was kind of like,
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, for sure. there's legit
Yeah,
argument for taking her above.
She's backing it up for sure now.
Yeah, she's a stud. Playing great in mixed. I think her and Tyson are actually such a good team because they both don't have they don't have slow hands, but not the fastest. But like their dink quality is so high and they grind you down. It's like you can't attack them.
Yeah.
Because they're so ready. Because anytime you pull the trigger, it's like off a very this is an iffy ball to pull on.
Yeah. No, she's playing well.
Yeah. And in singles, she did it. She did the impossible.
She did the impossible.
She joined the club. Paris, Todd, and Catherine Parento.
Yeah.
In the last year and a half.
That's crazy. Only 2 people to do it. I just have to throw in there that a funny story. Like, I was watching Annalie and Catherine's match, and I wasn't really tuned in at first. But when Catherine was winning, then I kind of started tuning in. I was watching in the players' lounge with some of the other players, and Catherine's trainer and Athena were there watching the match, and Leah came in and she said that Catherine was up in the second game, I think, and Leah said, I predicted Catherine was going to win this match. Like, I called it before they even started playing. And Elisa's like, yeah, she did. And DJ said, well, to be fair, it hasn't happened yet. And Catherine's trainer and Athena were like, yeah, like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So that was funny. It's funny to see all of that go down, but sure enough, Catherine held on and got the victory. Leia's prediction was true. Yeah,
no, Leah is very high on Catherine at the moment in her singles game. I mean, she kind of got rocked by her. But yeah, Catherine's mobility is insane. I played against her in Minnesota, and after that match, my knees were hurting. I withdrew. I only played because I was like, I felt like I had to, in case Andrea didn't make it in. Single is so hard, especially if you play like Dylan. And you have no pass on the back side, and you just have to grind cat and mouse for your life. Watching Dylan play singles is like, I don't know. It just looks like. Yeah,
it's a lot of work. Stressful at times. I just wish when I'm out there playing, every time I hit a winner, on my third shot, it's so relieving because I don't have to run a mile to even have a chance of winning the point. So it's hard out there. It's rough out there.
Dylan's backhand pass is getting better though, but it's easy to improve when it was that bad.
Yeah.
To begin with. But yeah. Speaking of, I righted the ship, everybody. I beat Dylan this week in mixed. Let's go. We should keep a tally of who wins more in mixed over the year.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
Starting now.
Are we 1-1 this year? Anyway. I think we're 1-1, so we might as well. Yeah, but I also got Ernied 0 times. I dinked behind Dylan 1 time.
Yeah.
0 times, much. 1 time, to avoid getting Ernied. So it's not even it's something to be that proud of. But I went so sharp cross court. I was like, Dylan's gonna have to steal this ball. He was pump faking me a little bit. He would take a hard step middle and then kind of come back to get me to dink up his line. Yeah. But I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it, guys. I'm not getting Ernied. I don't even know if I said this in... Did I say this in our last podcast? How, mid-match against Callie and you, I screamed, oh my God, you cannot be getting Ernied by Dylan Frazier.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... guys. It's the game within the game that we're playing. Definitely, I think it's not a secret that... Or between us, we both know that the other one's thinking about Ernie.
The Ernie.
But yeah, I threw a couple pump fakes in there. I was really trying to bait that down the line shot because I wanted the Ernie so badly, and she didn't throw me a bone. She didn't give me anything. One chance that I missed it. So
no, I was just going so sharp cross court. I was like, take that ball, Dylan. Come on, Jade, let's go. We're still waiting for James to Ernie though because. Jade Kalamoto is a stud. Her and Lacey had an unreal weekend. But when she kind of goes with the short hop bunt, I was like, James, it's so there. It's so there.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. But
it's hard. It's hard to play against Anna because sometimes I forget what the actual objective is to win the game. Because sometimes I don't know if I'm out there to try to hit Ernie's or if I'm out there to win.
Because it's just that easy.
Sometimes I get the priorities. Yeah. Confused and lose focus a little bit.
James did birth that match though. He birthed. Do you remember?
Before we were inside or after?
When we were in the covered.
Yeah.
He birthed And the whole time I was screaming, out, 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 because it was going so far out.
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball he birded, and then he didn't hit a winner. And the point kept going me back on the left. I do think we ended up winning it. James got hot, and it was like we couldn't lose a point for there. It felt like anytime the ball was sped up, James was just, he was in I'm Jimmy mode. He was probably speaking Spanish.
Yeah. You guys went on a huge run.
We did, yeah. So we were playing that match outside, and I think you guys were up like 4-2. It was pretty like back and forth, but up 4-2, and then it started raining, and we had to go inside, and we had, I call him the hoverboard ref. I think his name.
Yeah, the Segway. Yeah.
Is it a Segway?
I think so.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I saw it. Yeah, and I think his name is Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And started drizzling, and I think the reason we won the match is because when we went back inside, I think he offered us to like redo the coin toss.
Yeah.
Or something, just switch sides, and.
Yeah.
And what did you say? You were like, I think I'm good with this side.
Yeah, we're just gonna stay on the same side.
And like, the guy, like Dylan's wrist is just like here holding his paddle, and the guy just holds his wrist, just looks into his eyes.
Stares into my soul.
Just stares at him for like, it must have been at least 30 seconds. Well, we're still going over the rest of this, and James is like, oh, but can we serve? They were serving, and they were like, I don't know, it was just this long change, and I think it probably rattled Dill, because that was when we came back. It's a shame though that some of those matches don't get live streamed.
Yeah, only 2 stream courts.
Yeah.
And after all the semifinals, the mainstream goes
Yeah,
down.
it cuts. I feel like they should just leave more cameras, just like.
Yeah, you don't have to
cameras out.
You don't have to commentate. You don't have to
need
show the
commentary.
commercials.
I
Just
feel
leave it
like
running. Yeah.
a lot of people really like just watching it. It's like cool for us. It's not like we couldn't record our own matches, but it's kind of like I just don't want to deal with that hassle, and it's kind of embarrassing. Like.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really want to be like Christian. Sorry, I like Christian. I have no beef with Christian. But yeah. You know, this was funny. So on mixed day, we played against Leia and Travis in the round of 16, I think. And Leia got pissed mid-match. Mm-hmm. As she does, Leia gets pissed a lot. She plays her best when she's pissed. She like tries to find something to fire herself up. And after the match, James was talking to me like the other day, and he was like, why was Leia pissed? Like, I wasn't being that bad. Like, I wasn't being anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were speaking Spanish. He hits the winner, he's like, sí, venga! Like, no, this is what happened. Like, he hit Travis. Like, Leia sped up at him. James, like, hits Travis with, like, the backhand cross. As, you know, James bags people a lot.
Yeah.
Sí, venga! Sorry, Travis. And Leia's like, great shot, bro, great shot. And like a few points later, I think like Leia hit a winner, and she was like, see, like, looking at him. And you know, James was in I'm Jimmy mode in that match. Unfortunately, we didn't summon I'm Jimmy mode against Catherine and Tyson. Didn't play our best there, but he was definitely in I'm Jimmy mode against Riley and Paris in our first backdraw match. James loves playing Paris. I don't know why. Riley's also his favorite player, and so he was really fired up. And after the whole, you know, everything with me and Riley, Jimmy was fired up.
Yeah.
And we wanted to win.
And you guys won pretty handily.
We did. 15-5. Yeah, kind of crushed him. James's hands were so on towards the end of the match. Like, I had a good read on Riley. I played like the last few tournaments with him, so that's obviously a big edge for me. But Riley did something I've never seen him do. He just went for like he had a mid, you know, his grip's kind of funky, so he could have had a lot of options. The ball was around net height. Went for full bag at James, like high, like full bag. James just like so insanely on it, just clean winner, like blocked down. He's like, oh, Jimmy! It was so embarrassing, but it was so funny. But I think this is a good time to say, like, the split with Riley had nothing to do with Riley, really. It was only a factor of that James and I can't play against each other. Because when James is in I'm Jimmy mode and speaking Spanish, oh, that makes me mad. That makes me so mad, and it's just bad for us. Like when I have beaten him, like the last couple times, like in Orlando, like it's just not good for us, and that's really all there is to it. And it's kind of like don't know how long pro pickleball is going to last, but hopefully me and James last a really long time. And so that was kind of the decision. And Riley was very nice. You know, it was unfortunate when I told him I felt horrible. I was almost crying. But that's just kind of the decision we reached, me and James.
And you guys are doing well together so far.
Yeah.
It's because it's interesting because often you hear people say that it's tough to play with their significant other on the court. There's a lot of fighting, and you know, you do and say things to them that you want to do to other people because you're more comfortable around them. But you guys seem to do pretty well out there. Yeah,
you know, people. I mean, this is James and I's 5th time playing together. Actually, like this wasn't like our first time doing it, and the only times like we've been upset, or I've been upset, really more so me, is when we lost for reasons like other than pickleball. Like there was, you know, once like, it doesn't matter, but I felt like we had a few losses that weren't related to like pickleball, and that made me upset. But like one of us like playing badly is never going to be an issue. Like that just happens. And I didn't play my best against Kevin Tyson, but he played like he didn't play well. And I think it's actually good that we had this loss because it kind of proved to us that like we can do this. We can do this, and we're going to be fine. We didn't have like a backdraw letdown or anything. And it was really cute. I think we were down in that match in the second game pretty big. We lost the first game like 11-2. We were down like, I don't know, we went on a small run. Like maybe we were down like 7-1 and we got it to like 7-4 or something, and they called timeout. And James like looked at me and smiled, and he was like, even if, you know, we lose, it's like I'm having so much fun. And I was like, me too, like I'm having a great time. So it was really, really sweet. So honestly had a blast playing with him.
So cute.
I know, it's actually,
so cute.
It's actually really cute though. And had a blast, and I'm really excited. I think that me and James are gonna get really good because I still have room to improve in mixed, and James has so much room to improve in everything. So.
And there's no lack of work ethic on either of your parts, that's for sure. You guys are grinding every day.
Thank you, Dylan. We're not in boot camp though.
That's
for 2 hours a day.
You guys haven't underwent the amazing Julie Johnson boot camp, which has done really good for my game and especially Gabe Tardio's game.
Yeah, definitely for Gabe.
Yeah, you guys aren't quite at that level yet, but you're getting there. You're close.
Have you had to run any suicides yet?
I haven't personally.
Because you go with them every day.
I was going with them every day for a few days in a row. I missed the last 2 sessions, one because my dad was here, and then I had a little bit of homework to do this morning. But
did you?
Yeah, I had a little bit of homework to do.
To get out of
Yeah, but everybody, I think Georgia and J-Dub had to run suicides this morning because they woke up late and didn't get there on time. Gabe, for a while, was running suicides every day for showing up late. So it's hardcore out there. Right?
Not pickleball court suicides, everybody. Tennis court suicides.
Tennis court suicides.
So just know that the people in Southeast Florida are putting in the work. And that group includes Dylan Frazier this last week, except for not today and yesterday. Because
except for days where I have homework.
Which is very And how many classes are you taking right now?
Just 2.
And they're online?
And they're online.
Can you tell us what the classes are called? Is it like
both are economics courses.
Okay, so that's legit. I was thinking you might say like I took some
management.
Yeah, I took some very soft classes in college. Like,
yeah.
You know, like your electives that you just need to take for like breath requirements and stuff. Maybe Dylan's got a couple of those. When are you graduating, Dylan? What's your ETA?
Well, I was on pace for 2024, but since I've cut back on classes now, it's going to be a little bit longer. I don't know. At this rate, maybe 2025.
Wow. Are you gonna like continue to live primarily in Missouri until you're done with school, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I've got a lot of friends and family in Missouri. Grew up there, so it'd be tough to leave. I definitely want to spend the rest of my college days there, and then after that, I may consider moving to a place like Florida or Texas where there's a little more competitive pickleball going on.
Yeah, no. Dylan was snooping around. This is my apartment that we're in, everybody, mine and James's. He was snooping a little. I think he was curious. I think Dylan should move here.
I was very disappointed in Anna and James's freezer food game. They did not have many frozen food options in their freezer, and I'm just used to a freezer full of
He's
frozen
hungry
foods.
at Julie's house. He's hungry. He immediately comes in. I see him looking in the fridge and the freezer.
There's a frozen pizza in there and then some frozen fruit, and that was about all there was to offer. So I had to settle for some dessert pizza.
Yeah,
Some
I know.
s'more
We
pizza, I
had
think it was.
some dessert pizza that I gave him. It was really good though.
That was good.
Let's see. What else have we got to chat about? Oh, I feel like, okay, we should talk about seating in the PPA. This kind of screwed you over a little bit this week. So you see that you're the 3 seed, right? You're in Ben and Colin's half, as are AJ and Deckel, Tyson and James. The other half of the draw, 2 seed, Riley Newman, Tim Parks.
Yeah.
Looked up Tim Parks' duper, everybody. 3.93. There's another Tim Parks who's like a 3.7. Don't know if that's him or not. But our guy's a 3.9 duper. I think my mom. Actually, we should let me look up my mom right now. Actually. Shoot, this might be taking too long. Shoot, I'm freaking out. I typed in my duper into my app search. Ping. My mom's a 3.2.
Okay.
But still, that's not that much worse.
No, that's pretty.
And they got the 2 seed. So what do you think? What do you think they should do? Like, it's kind of like, that's like an odd situation. He wanted to play with his MLP team owner.
Yeah. So I mean, the way they do it now, it's by total points, right?
Right.
Of both players. So I think one solution would be to take the average of both players' points, because then obviously
they could do that.
it would be lower. And but yeah, for them to have the 2 seed was kind of messed up the draw a little bit. So that whole quarter or quadrant was a little bit weak and kind of up for grabs for anybody really on that side of the draw could have won it. But yeah, I think taking the average would be a good solution.
How do you think DJ is feeling? I mean, you're good friends with DJ, but he kind of had two like you couldn't want much better.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your thing with Colin Chick. It's like you couldn't ask for a better situation to make Sunday, and twice he's like just fallen short.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I think he definitely wants it. Like he's pretty. He's an animated player, as we all know, and he wears his emotions on his sleeves. So he definitely wants it. I think one of the more important matchups to him this past weekend was playing against Jay and Andre second round.
Right.
Because DJ and Jay had been playing with each other, and then they played against each other, and so I think that was an important match for DJ to win.
That was a good match
for himself, and they played well. They got it, and then they won a close one against Rafa and Gabe, right, in the quarterfinals.
Very close.
They were down like 9-4 in the third game, and they came storming back to win by 2 points in the third game. And then Thomas and Julian in the semifinal, which is definitely a winnable match, and it was a competitive match too.
Was it in 2 or 3?
3.
It was in 3?
DJ and Zen won the first game.
And
they were up in the third game too again,
were
so they could have,
Darn. He's got the monkey on his back.
He's got the monkey on his back.
The monkey. What was I going to say? Which match did Zane scream in?
That was against Rafa and Gabe.
That was insane.
4.19 seconds, according to Memes of Pickleball.
Did you listen to the enhanced audio version?
Yeah.
That was higher pitched than me.
Yeah.
Which makes sense though, because if Zane was a female, if he was Zara, he'd have a higher pitched voice than me.
Yeah.
Because as a man, his voice is already kind of high pitched.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zane, you're a great podcaster. Love your voice. But yeah, so that was probably about right for how Zara would sound.
Yeah, I'd say.
Who did you think was the hottest? I just want to say to whoever is Memes of Pickleball, you guys really did the women dirty and all of that. I feel like you made all of the men into these like really like beautiful, hot women, and then all of us, we just. I feel like you adjusted the men's facial shapes were adjusted to be like made feminine. Yeah. And he just like threw facial hair on us.
Yeah.
And that was it. Threw facial hair and and that. Like half of the women looked like we'd be like meth heads or something. Like Leia, I felt like Leia and Andrea looked that. I mean, at least I was Jesus.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to be Jesus.
That's pretty sick. But did they even do one of you?
Yeah, they did. I think I was Delina, maybe.
Oh my God, were you cute?
I don't. No.
No?
No, but I think my favorite was Rhonda Hewitt. Rhonda Hewitt was a rock star.
Yeah, Rhonda's the only one. He didn't try to make pretty. He didn't try to make Rhonda pretty at all. Oh man.
Or maybe he did and just failed, but.
Or she did. It could have been a she. We don't know.
Who knows?
Man, I want to find you. are you? Oh yeah, yeah. you look all right.
Yeah.
You look okay. Delina.
I probably wouldn't date Delina.
I think you would.
Nah.
Who gets a girlfriend first, you or Jade Up?
Jade Up has already had.
That's true. Jade Up had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Shoot, so Jade Up wins.
He wins that
Come on,
contest.
Dylan. You're in college, though.
I know.
You're surrounded by honeys.
That's honestly maybe.
It's the time.
It's the time. There's definitely some options on campus too. Like there's some pretty good looking women out there, and the fact that J-Dub had a girlfriend before me might be the most embarrassing fact about me. So.
Oh my God. Hashtag get Dylan a girlfriend 2023. We'll see. We'll keep you guys posted on that. I saw a comment that someone wanted regular updates of my pull-up game, as well as I think we should also have a series on Dylan's girlfriend, how he's doing in that regard. But I mean, you might have to start shaving, Dylan.
No, I think they like it better with the hair on.
Didn't you tell me that once? You were like, when you have the hair, you're on the market, and when you shave it, you're off the market? I shave it
off the market, yeah.
Okay.
So oftentimes before pickleball tournaments, like when it's training week, it comes off. I shave because that's like a message to all the ladies out there and to myself that it's time to grind and get serious about this upcoming tournament. And then like I've got a few weeks off. After MLP, I'll have 3 weeks off because I'm not playing Red Rock, so I'll be in a full-grown beard by then. And I'll be looking around.
You kind of look like a goat. You know, like in the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
You know that Seder, the like half goat.
Yeah.
That is what I think of. I think we should get like whoever's editing this, the kitchen or something, to just do like Dylan.
Yeah.
And then the Seder.
Sure.
And the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I think it's perfect. I think that's totally the vibe. Okay, and then I feel like we gotta. Okay, what is your thought? There's been Twitter. Dylan is not on pickleball Twitter, but I think everyone's got to be on pickleball Twitter. It's pretty hype, but Dylan isn't even on Instagram. There's been some decently interesting gossipy information that's been on Instagram, and Dylan didn't even know about it. So, and Twitter, a lot going on Twitter. But first of all, what's your take on PEDs and pickleball? Or do you think that performance-enhancing drugs would be a bigger deal than an illegal paddle?
Yeah, I don't know. I think PEDs are probably have a bigger impact. I mean, I think you could make a paddle.
In singles, I think there's no question.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
like,
PEDs for sure.
But I think in doubles, it's a little like. Yeah. I'm not familiar at all with
Yeah, I'm not really well versed in that either, but I think I think you're right in singles where you have to be a little more athletic and fast and be stronger and faster. The PEDs is going to go.
How much better would that make me if I was on like max roids, max whatever I could do? Like what relative increase? Do you think I could become 50% better? Like 30% better? Like what do you think?
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. I don't even have a reference point. So.
I have no reference point either. I just know that like a lot of like baseball and like I know like Lance Armstrong got busted.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. I think. Because
I feel like that's what holds me back in singles is I'm just not that athletic.
Yeah. I think it could go a long ways.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think some players are starting to call for some more testing now.
Yeah.
At tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like it's an issue, but it's like everyone's kind of crying out about it right now on Twitter, and it's like, is there something that I don't know what's going on? But I feel like there's no one in pickleball who looks like beefy, like the beefiest guys, like Austin Tchikalalalakov or whatever.
Yeah, the Amazon man.
The Amazon. That guy's huge.
He's big
and he knows it. He wears the visor. I feel like wearing a visor as a man is such like a peacock thing. It's like, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, I guess Alex thinks he started that, but that's what I feel like is the vibe of like wearing a visor as a dude. You know? And then his shorts are so short. They're so short. It's insane how short his shorts are. And he's like, how tall is he? Like 6'6"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tall.
He's super tall. But yeah, I think the only shorts I've seen that were comparable in their shortness is that one time that Pablo was wearing. his little
And it kept rolling up his leg.
It was like you couldn't focus. Pablo's shorts were so short, and it was so confusing because this was in Arizona after the Carvana PB before Minnesota, and so Pablo's in these like teal super short shorts, and he's wearing like a white shirt, like no big deal, and Jada keeps calling Pablo Santa. And I was just so confused, and eventually, I think I asked, like, I'm like, why is he calling Pablo Santa?
Yeah.
And you can say why.
Because Pablo had a red shirt on. And
earlier in the day, he was wearing a red shirt. And he just kept saying it, and everyone kept laughing because it was so funny, but I was just so confused. But, so whenever Pablo's in really short shorts, everybody, you can call him Santa.
Yeah.
Basically, it was my understanding of the situation. I had no idea what was going on with that, but yeah. What was your take on Tyra's weekend? You know, I feel like we should touch on like Tyra and Paris, but
yeah. So I saw the only result I saw her was her singles match against Italy, which didn't go too well, obviously. But I was excited to watch it, like because she played against you in singles.
Right, and she beat me in practice.
Did she? She won.
She did, but I wasn't far from like my highest level, like trying and stuff.
But still, like I thought she'd
though.
be able to put up maybe a bigger fight than that. So, and I think maybe in the future she will be able to.
Yeah, I felt really bad for her because after she lost, it was like the kitchen posted something, and it was like Tyra Black was supposed to be the next big thing, blah blah blah, and then everyone is making like jokes about her name, Hurricane, and stuff like more like a tropical storm, like stuff like that. And I just feel so bad because it's not like she has promoted herself as herself. It's not like she's like Christian, like going around like telling everyone like I am number one, like I am her. I just feel like word has gotten out about how some
primarily from James.
Primarily, yes, that she's like so good and everything, and then she got drafted, and now it's like this target on her back, and she's so sweet. She's only been playing like seriously playing, I think, like 5 weeks now. But has been playing a lot intermittently, like in between tennis tournaments for a couple of months. But like she's been hardcore for not too long, so I just felt really bad. So I said something in response to her getting beat 0-0. It's like every top female has had that time against Anna Lee when you just get rocked.
Yeah. You
just get absolutely rocked. Like I played Anna Lee for the first time in the Atlanta one at the Lifetime, and I won a game. It was my first time playing her, and then lost like pretty routinely after that. I think I won the second. I lost like 11-6, like nothing too competitive. And then played her like 2 months later in Peachtree City. I think I lost 0-1. And I ended up getting bronze that tournament. It's like Anna Lee is just
on another level.
She's literally on another level in singles. Like Dylan knows. Like Dylan got rocked too.
I got rocked.
Everybody gets rocked.
I got hit by the Anna Lee train.
Yeah, it's just a freight train. It's just like a, 16-year-old girl, like, she's just a freight train out there. It's insane. So I was like, I don't really think that means too much, but I think in mixed, her and she played with Dave. We've talked a little bit about Dave. Dave also got second place in the points draw. Didn't qualify for men's or mixed doubles, but in men's got second in the points draw. Did not lose to women in the final this time. So I would argue that's a step up.
So Dave is making
He lost
progress.
to men. He lost to other men. So yeah, Dave is playing with such an egregiously delaminated legacy, though. I really have no gauge on his level to report on, but he's playing very well. He might be coming. But Tyra actually went 2-2 in women's and lost in her last match 17-15 to Olivia McMillan and Bobby Ashiro, which is a super legit team.
Yeah.
So I think that was a pretty encouraging
Yeah.
result for her. But women's is the easiest because she has pretty fast hands, and that's what it's all about. So.
Yeah.
We'll see, TBD. And then, what was your take on Paris this week? I played with myself and Riley.
Yeah, I think that was definitely one of the more anticipated matches that people were looking forward to this weekend was Paris and Riley versus Anna.
And
James,
unfortunately, it happened in the back draw.
It was the back draw match. Yeah, it would have been a lot better for a main draw, and it could have been main draw, right?
It could have, yeah, if we had beaten Catherine and Tyson, and
Okay.
then if Paris and Riley beat Georgia and
Yeah.
Jada, which
that's
is,
right.
Maybe Paris and Riley are kind of even washed against Georgia and Jada. Probably you expect that it could go either way, just because no one has seen Paris in a while. But Riley, it just depends on how Georgia and Jada play, and Paris. It depends on everything. But I would have thought that could go either way. But then I expected myself and James to beat Catherine and Tyson, but we both lost. So we played in the backdraw.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think anyone saw it. Someone told me that they streamed it for Odolph, and I actually messaged Odolph on Instagram today because I wanted to find the match, just for like comedy and just kind of to see if anything super funny happened. Like, and he said that it was like streamed to the YouTube Discord, and they think it's gone. There's like this whole other world of pickleball that we're not even a part of.
The underworld pickleball.
Yeah, like the Discord. It's like Odolph and Heishay and Axel. Not Axel Delmonico, but this other. Do you read the YouTube chat when you watch your matches?
No, not a lot. I have a couple times, like sporadically. But
well, there's this one guy, Axel, that's just the biggest Ben Johns fanboy of all time. He is so obsessed with Ben Johns. He commented on one of Ben's posts. It was like that thing, like, it's like, if Ben has no fans, I'm dead. And it's like a lot of stuff. It's like, if Ben has 1 million fans, I am one of them. If Ben has 100 fans, I am one of them. If Ben has 1 fan, it is me. If Ben has no fans, like, I'm dead. Like, it's just super hardcore into Ben Johns.
That's amazing.
So, I do have Mark F, but I don't know if he's at that level.
No.
I don't know.
No, he is for sure.
Yeah, he is. 100%. Yeah. I don't know. What's your previews for Austin?
My previews for Austin.
Yeah, so like who's winning each event?
Okay.
And who's getting silver? Let's do that. That might be fun.
Okay. Men's singles. I mean, I don't like to bet against myself, so I have to say.
Yeah.
Myself.
No, that's true. So Dylan is predicting himself for a triple crown.
Yeah.
This weekend.
I feel like if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. Like, come on.
Okay.
I predict myself to go for 3 golds this weekend. Ben John's probably second in all 3 events.
Okay.
Yeah. Women's doubles, probably Anna and Anna Lee. And I think, I didn't see the other side, but like I think Catherine was on your guys' side, right?
Yeah, I think
so,
the other side, Lucy and Callie.
Lucy and Callie for the silver, yeah.
Not heavy. I think they will play Etta and Irina maybe in their semi.
Okay.
But I guess they did actually lose to Etta and Irina at the Takea PPA, but you would expect Lucy and Callie.
Yeah.
And then you expect me and Anna Lee, but our half of the draw is pretty tough.
Yeah.
So I think that's right in women's, and then in women's singles, Anna Lee, you gotta expect she's gonna bounce back, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Anna Lee gold, silver, Catherine.
Yeah, I think so too. Cause I don't know if Leia's playing or not. I didn't check. I forgot to check that draw, but she told me that she's not playing.
She told me the same thing.
So I don't think so. Then yeah, you got to go Catherine. Let's see. My picks in mixed. I'm gonna go. I do think Dylan and Leia are gonna be a really good team. I'm excited to see you guys play, and I know Leia's excited because I think you're really underrated in mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Thank
You move
you.
like a water bug. It's like so hard to not hit to Dylan. He's like everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's so tricky. Dylan's got this. I feel like, I don't know when you added this, but in like the last few months, it's like faint speed up and then just like aggressive dink. And I think that's really tough to handle. Yeah. So that's.
And I have the Ernie now. So
he has
I'm just
the Ernie.
Adding.
And a
so
two-handed backhand. Two-handed backhand attack and like super aggressive two-handed backhand roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dylan's only leveling up. His overhead is still comparable to a wet noodle though. So let's see, yeah, I gotta go Ben and Anna Lee, and then for silver, I feel like on our half the draw, I'm gonna say either me or James will make it, or but George and Jada play the Newmans. I think me and James are a good matchup against Georgia and Jada.
What about Riley and Lindsay?
I don't know. It all depends on sides, right? Like if Riley's on the right,
I imagine he would be.
I would think so. And then it's like, are me and James going to switch too?
Yeah.
If me and James switch, it would just be a complete like backhand dink grind between me and Lindsay.
Yeah.
It would be it would be way more of a grind than going forehand cross, because I don't have much confidence in my ability to like trickily get men up the line. Like I'm not going to attack the pancake.
Yeah.
So that would be tough.
That'd be an interesting match.
That would be bad viewing. Like if me and James had to switch too. Then it might end up with like this weird stackathon.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You and James need to practice your like different ways that you can switch in the middle of the point before you.
In the middle of the point? I
Well,
don't know.
not well, but like before the point.
Yeah, like
different ways
at
you
the
can set
serve,
up.
like, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, so I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think one of those 3 teams, like Lucy and Matt, are there too. Always like a threat and stuff. But I feel like I'm excited to
You
play
guys
that
have
team
that in
with
the
James.
quarters, yeah.
We do. I'm excited to play that team with James. I feel like you never know with James and I. Right now, I don't know either. We've only played together like once this year, once in a while. But yeah, and then in men's, can't really bet against Ben and Colin. I think. Are you guys on the side with Matt and Riley?
We are. Yep.
I'm gonna say you guys.
Nice. I agree.
Yeah, I think. I think you guys beating them in Minnesota was big, and then in men's singles, I'll go Ben. I think Hunter Johnson is on Ben's half though. He can do it. He's playing with. They're not playing with the diadem anymore though, so I don't know how gritty that thing is because I feel like their balls with the diadem curved in like an insane amount. On the other half, I didn't look. Oh, Federico.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta go Fetty. Fetty's using the Perseus now, so
Yeah.
it's like a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Fetty loves that paddle.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for it, and he got it.
I loved when we were playing with him. Well, when we were playing, it was Tyra and I and you and Fed, and that day he was like acting like his paddle was its own like identity, like calm down, Perseus. Like, I know you want to hands battle people, but slow down.
I know you want hands,
Yeah.
but we must be patient.
Yeah.
That is so funny. That's hilarious. I kind of wish that, I think if we spoke Spanish or Fed had like more native English,
Right.
His English is great, but if more native, like he'd be so funny.
He'd be, yeah. He already is a funny
He's
guy.
already so
Even
funny.
funnier, I agree.
But if there was a shared native language, I think Fetty would be like just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk on, Dylan? Anything else you want to get in any roast with me or anything, or?
No, I don't really have anything. Like I'm kind of defeated right now. I lost the last mixed matchup. I didn't have any Ernies, so I feel like I just really don't have any material right now.
I also got 2 ATPs in a row.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and your second one was insane.
My second one was
like
I kind of changed my mind last minute and just kind of like hook slapped it.
Her second one looked like one of Lionel Messi's shots on goal. Like it had a lot of bend on it.
Wow.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm putting in the work on the ATPs though.
Yeah.
My dad we do that a couple times a week. He just feeds me like 100
ATP balls?
Yeah.
Would you say it's on par with Johnny Goldberg's forehand ATP?
Not even close.
No.
Johnny Goldberg, best forehand ATP in the game.
Yeah.
At least in practice. Like, I don't know why. I feel like Johnny's such a stud in practice, and then in tournaments he gets no wins. He gets no wins.
Yeah.
It's insane, and Johnny is so good in practice. He's maybe too comfortable with us, and like he gets his mouth going, and then he doesn't get it going, and
plays a little looser, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Are we good? We good, Dylan?
All good.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, podcast
Rhetorical mic drop, but the mics are attached, so we can't drop them. But thanks, everyone. Anna and Dylan out.